All right. Hello, everybody. So we're gonna uh, kind of piggyback off of the last interview. Um, so as we all know, I left the Templars uh, because Zing worked with ACP, and we all know how I feel about ACP. Will not be in an army that works with ACP. Point blank. Period. And had to go. Um, I spent a year in Templars. Um, Fought every relevant army in the top 10, every relevant strong army, beat all of them in either a practice battle, a tournament, or a war. Um, did extremely well in Templars. Templars was a good army. I've got nothing against them. I've helped them out a couple times recently. Um, and I wish them the best. Uh, for a person my age, achieving what I did in the Templars, being a part of that, it was extremely good. Um, we were maxing 50 and beyond, maxed up to like 70, maybe somewhere close to 80 something. Uh, we were consistent all year, far superior to every army. Won the Legends Cup. Yeah, we did extremely well. Um, they can see us on the Cove, right? Oh, yeah. Well, people can see from looking at the Cove, and they might be surprised that I've fallen back to my RPF uniform. But despite everything that happened with RPF, they were still my best army. And the beef that happened between me and RPF was the worst case scenario that I was pushed into. Um, when I first started thinking about coming back, um, I had approached RPF in the most friendly way possible about coming back, and I just felt slighted and disrespected because I wasn't even asking for a lot. I was just asking for a proper retirement event, and I didn't even get that. And I was given a runaround, and I just felt disrespected, and I just felt even more used than I already had. Um, and I just wanted to retaliate for me and for Elmicky, but I'll always love the RPF. I I would have liked nothing more than for things to be different. I would have liked to come back and help the new RPF. That was what I really wanted, and somehow things just got twisted, and it turned into this. But well, there is a funny story that I have about that. So I retired at the end of the Pain Wars because things came up, and I no longer had time to lead, and I could feel something in the air. Um, I knew that there was. I felt that there was a lot of hostility towards Elmike, and at that point in time, obviously, I could have never predicted that we would become the Club Penguin private server community. I thought that once Club Penguin was over, that this was going to be over. I was satisfied with everything I had done up until that point. Um, I'd already achieved more than any other army leader. I'd already achieved the highest possible achievement that's possible in Club Penguin armies, which is killing the founding army, conquering their nation. Killing ACP is the highest possible achievement that one can achieve in armies. They're the founding army. They were essentially like the John Jones of Club Penguin warfare, and I took them out. So there's no going higher than that achievement, and I've done that on real Club Penguin where it was most relevant. So I felt that I had done my job, and that at the time that I thought Elmike was going to continue to be around for a long time, and I wanted to make sure that he was secure. So I wanted to find a way to take the hostility away from Elmike because I just had the strangest feeling that something was going to happen. I didn't know that there was talks going on, but I just felt that there was something. I felt that there was a storm coming, and I wanted to be prepared for it. So I made a post called "Sacrifice," and what the post was I basically I thought that I wasn't coming back. I thought that this was it, and I thought that if I was going to use my life for anything, uh, if I was going to give up anything, if I was going to give up everything, that it would be for Elm, so that his career could go on, and that RPF would be safe with him. So I made this post called "Sacrifice," and in the post, I basically blamed myself for anything bad that anyone would think about Elm. I basically set myself on fire, and I blamed everything on me. And I thought that this post would take the hostilities away from Elm and place them on me. So I put that post out, and I didn't care what people would think of me after, because I was going to be gone anyway. And I put it out, and I came back a few weeks later to visit, and I found out that Elmike had gotten cooped anyway. So after that, I came back. They made me owner on chat, and then once they saw me around RPM, that's when I got banned. Uh, and then I just went into a depression over the next couple of years. I was just so sad and devastated over everything that happened, and it contributed towards uh, bringing me to a place where I would be capable of joining an army like the Templars and fighting against RPF. It was a worst case scenario situation. The best case scenario would have been that I would have been embraced by the new RPF. Anyone who embraces me, anyone who approaches me with respect, I'm gonna come back at them with respect. Like, the only reason I had to say anything bad about the new RPF leaders, uh, the only reason I had to call them weak, the only reason I had to say anything negative about them, the only reason I had to attack them is because I felt pushed to do that. If I had been accepted and brought in by them, and given what I rightfully deserved, then none of it would have happened. And as long as I'm in armies, the door is always open for me to help RPF, and that's just how I feel. Yeah, I would. Um, I think the most powerful thing anyone can do is forgive. And I think that they could do that to me, and I could do that for them. I don't think anyone's too far gone. Well, Templars and RPF are enemies. So if they clash, they clash. I mean, the big armies should potentially keep on fighting rather than allying with each other. I mean, we're coming down to a time in the community where where there's very few legitimately big armies. Everyone's shrinking, so it makes no sense for people to buddy up, especially at a time like this. The more actiony the community is, the more of a chance there is that will grow and will revive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm in a position now where I don't know I don't know what the future holds, but my door is open, and before my career is over, I'll definitely be at ACP's neck for sure. There will there will be there will be a there will be a Pain Wars too. What were you gonna say? Yeah, I'll give it all I've got, and we'll see when I'm ready when an opportunity arises. That's what I'm gonna shoot for. But ACP is in for a rude awakening. I'll tell you that much. Um, I feel like they can crumble at any second. That army has virtually no glue to stick it to being large. They're always in a fragile state in one way or another. So that's pretty much it. And you have any questions for me or anything else that you want me to talk about? No, no, I don't have any issues with the Templars. I wouldn't have any desire to come back if things had fully gone the way I planned. We were supposed to fight ACP, and then they wanted they wanted to chase to chase pedophiles out of SWAT, and I don't even think that they ended up having success in getting rid of the people that they wanted to get rid of. So, um, who isn't against pedophilia? We're all against pedophilia, but the way of combating it out of the community isn't through a Club Penguin battle. You have to take other measures to get rid of pedophiles. So I just feel that Zing wanted to chase a fantasy instead of being focused on honoring his co-leader, which is what he should have done. And he made his choice. He's a young leader who doesn't fully realize the consequences of his own actions, and he doesn't fully realize right from wrong. Um, it is what it is. Uh, I still did a lot of things with him in the Templars that are noteworthy. So he did his job literally up until the last minute, and then the last minute when it just so happened to be the time where I needed him to do the thing that I wanted the most out of anything that we've done. That was what the thing that I wanted him to to do the most. Um, and he went another direction instead. So uh, it forces me into a position to where I still have a bit of unfinished business, and now I have to jump through hoops to carry that out. So that's the only part that's bad for me, but uh, it is what it is. Yeah, I led SWAT. I really didn't know what was going on between Palm and SWAT. Musta just really wanted me to log on, and I logged on. I didn't know if it was a practice battle, if it was a war or a tournament battle. I didn't know what the fuck it was. So I just logged on for it, kind of without even thinking. So I don't plan on attending any more for them though. I think ACP is just pulling another coward move. I mean, when do you see ACP declare war, and they finally decide to to declare war, and it's against a newly created army. Like it's like fighting a pillow when a not that DV is truly like a pillow, but like in terms of in terms of like experience and like support and yeah, exactly. So from ACP standpoint, it might as well be a pillow, but obviously I know DV is gonna try not to be a pillow, but but um it's just the most cowardly possible move that they could make. They're choosing an army that they feel that they could walk all over and get some shine for themselves. So and it also doesn't make sense because doesn't DV not have any servers on the CPA League map or the CPA HQ map? So yeah, so just typical ACP behavior. So if they had any nuts, they'd be challenging an army retaliate to the best of their ability with a comparable size to what ACP will show up with. So, of course, ACP is not doing that though. So, I would expect nothing less. Anything else? No, nothing comes to mind. All right. All right. Yeah, no problem. All right. Lord Payne signing off, guys.